Welcome in, everybody, on the video stream at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. We are just wrapping up the JV game. Going to get started with the varsity game here. Our pregame coverage going to start in just a couple of minutes, so stick around. We'll have Roseburg High against Bend, varsity boys basketball, coming up in just a little bit after the JV game wraps up here in just about a couple minutes. 35 seconds left to go in the JV game. Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's action between the Roseburg boys basketball team taking on the Bend Lava Bears as we get ready to bring you Roseburg High School sports here this afternoon on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Welcome in, everybody. Joey Kieran here with you. Excited for another bit of high school basketball for you here. A Saturday afternoon affair. Non-conference matchup between the Roseburg Indians at 1-3 on the season and the Bend Lava Bears at 3-1. Roseburg coming off of a tough loss last night against the Mountain View Cougars, another team out of the Bend area, as Roseburg will get a little Central Oregon flair on their schedule. Last night, Roseburg falling 56-51 against the Cougars here at home. Meanwhile, the Bend Lava Bears, they were down in Medford yesterday taking on the Black Tornado, and they suffered their first loss of the season, 66-38. Going to have a matchup of two teams looking to get back in the win column here tonight, and we'll have it for you coming up. And appreciate everybody joining us for our pregame show. Getting a little bit of a later start than anticipated after the JV game goes a little bit long, but the Roseburg JV team, look, as far as I believe, I did see they won last night. I do believe the Roseburg JV team remained undefeated on the season, picking up a big win against Bend in the game prior to ours, but they ran a little bit long. It was a pretty tight game until Roseburg pulled away big in the fourth quarter. And so that game goes a little bit long. That means we will be a little bit later getting to the start of our game, but not too much. We've got about 17 minutes on the clock until they get ready for starting lineups and the tip-off to today's game. So stick around as we have an extended pregame show for you here. We're going to get a chance to hear from head coach Jordan Humphreys in our pregame show, but want to remind everybody real quick that if you are tuning in to listen to today's game on the radio, or maybe you are listening on the 541 radio app, want to remind everybody that Roseburg basketball can always Well, not always, but you can watch Roseburg basketball online at 541radio.com, or we are streaming today's action. It's free, no charge to get in and watch the action with us there. You can also find it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find our channel for Roseburg High Sports. You can follow the action with us there. And subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss any of the action throughout the high school calendar, as we'll have spring sports on as well, and a whole slew of boys and girls basketball here during the winter season, and hoping to maybe get a little bit of boys wrestling in there as well. We're going to go ahead and take a quick 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys, and we'll take a look at last night's matchups for both these teams, recap the action, and find out how we got to this point in the season. Joey Keyran here with you. It's high school basketball coming up for you, streaming live online at 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese, and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churros for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Back here with more of our pregame on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Getting a chance to do some Roseburg basketball here this afternoon on a weekend. Roseburg getting ready to host the Ben Lava Bears, and we get a chance to catch up with Coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, well, you guys are coming off of a game yesterday, another close one for you. Unfortunately, things don't work out. What was the takeaway from the game yesterday against Mountain View?
Again, like we talked about, growth after North Eugene's game. Comparing last night's game to North Eugene's game, you know, similar as far as goal was to get better from Wednesday to last night, and we were down in the third, fourth quarter, down at halftime, and came back and cut it to one for the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game, and compare that to Wednesday night where we were up and blew a lead. You know, having that composure down the stretch was something we talked about and executed well. We weren't able to get it done, but we still had that growth and saw a lot of improvements from guys mentally. And then, you know, some other guys step up offensively. Daniil had a great game, and Micah had a great game. And when Colton was struggling shooting a little bit, those guys picked it up. And so getting those other scores is things we need to find.
You know, it kind of looked like maybe a bit of a slow start, and I know that's been an issue a couple of times this year. How do you, you know, kind of get guys? I mean, you can game plan all you want, preach to them all you want in the locker room beforehand, but what's going to be the kind of the big thing to try and get the guys to come out right out of the gate and be ready to go first quarter?
That's always a challenge, you know, figuring out teenagers and how to get them motivated and how to get them mentally prepared before the game. All we can do is keep preaching to them, hey, you got to have a routine, you got to have the same mindset, no matter if it's the beginning of the game, the end of the game, the middle of the game, and get them to be just focused for a complete game is the challenge now.
Yeah, definitely. After letting a fourth quarter lead get away, and then a slow start the next game, it's the four-quarter mentality there for you. You guys get a team from Bend now that is coming off of a game last night where they got maybe humbled a little bit against North Medford, losing in a kind of a big fashion in that one for the first time this season. What do you expect to see out of the Lava Bears here today?
Well, North Medford's one of the top teams in the state. They got a really good team with a good coach, and so anytime you go on the road, long trip, it's going to be tough to play. And they didn't shoot the ball very well. Typically, they shoot very well. They like to try to isolate guys and go a lot one-on-one on the perimeter. So we're going to have to really lock in defensively, have good help side, and good closeouts to keep the shooters from getting going.
All right, Coach, thanks so much. Good luck out there today.
Can I add some more?
Oh, yeah.
Next week we got Jolene Fremont playing 8th grade game here at the high school on Thursday night, so that'll be kind of fun to get the rivalry game between our middle schools going.
Cool.
And just a shout out to the girls program who are playing well right now, and huge improvements from last year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, looking forward to some more of the youngsters, looking at that. Obviously, being able to have a little bit of your fingerprint of whether you're doing at the high school, varsity level, as well as with the middle school programs, being able to kind of have that build into with what those middle school kids then are going to see at this high school level. How important is that as you continue to try and, really reshape this program?
That's basically been my focus since once COVID started. We got our middle schools playing down in the SOMSAC, which is the Medford League, and out of the UVL, so they're playing some stiffer competition and getting every night they're playing just a higher level, and that's going to help them in the long term. This year's been a little rough on the win-loss record, but it's what they need to be competitive at the next level, and then also working. We got travel programs we're trying to get in effect after the season goes, since they don't have anything until spring break in March, and so we're actually trying to look for coaches for our youth program. If anybody out there wants to shoot me an email or text and join us on our coaching staff for our youth programs, love to have you.
All right. Well, hopefully we can get that message out there and let people know and help continue to build this program here at Roseburg High. All right, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That is Coach Jordan Humphreys here as we get ready for tip-off between Roseburg and Bend in this non-conference matchup. It'll finish out a quick trip here to the Valley, the I-5 corridor for the Bend Lava Bears. They were down at North Medford yesterday. And the Roseburg girls are out in Central Oregon. They're taking on the Bend Lava Bears today. They played against Mountain View yesterday as they're in Bend for that quick trip there. And glad that they made it over there. It seems like everything going well there for them, and safe travels back. I know the mountain passes definitely looking a little bit covered in snow. So everybody heading over the passes, good luck on that. As we count down towards tip-off in this one, we got a little ways to go here still, as we will take a look back at where these two teams have come from. Mentioned down at North Medford last night. North Medford putting a big one on Bend, 66-38. The score there, you heard head coach Jordan Humphreys saying that North Medford, one of the top teams in the state, not just in Southern Oregon. So obviously a big test there for Bend, and they suffered their first loss of the year. North Medford jumping out to an 11-point lead in the first quarter and then just outscored Bend the rest of the way. North Medford led 38-21 at halftime. Kind of surprising number here. You want to look at a surprising stat from that game from what I was able to find here. Just one free throw attempt in that game for Bend last night. And that is something I'm sure that they would like to see turn around a little bit here today as they get ready to take on Roseburg. This Bend team, led by head coach Aaron Johnson, last year during the COVID season went 10-5. They did not have a senior on their team and had just 4 juniors and 7 sophomores. So a young team last year that has grown some, and now looking to try and see if they can put together a strong season this year, out to a 3-1 start. Not too shabby there for the Lava Bears. They will continue playing against Southwest Conference teams. Their next game will be on Friday this next week, so they'll have some practice time after making the trip here into the Valley area. They will take on Grants Pass next Friday. They're at home, and that'll be the 3rd straight team out of the Southwest Conference for the Bend Lava Bears. Meanwhile, on the other side, the Roseburg Indians, they dropped their 2nd consecutive game. Roseburg falling against Mountain View yesterday, 56-51, the final score there. Bit of a slow start, as we talked about with Coach Humphreys. Roseburg fell behind by 7 points in the first half. Managed to cut the deficit down to 4 after the third quarter, and Coach telling us that they got it down to 1 point at one time, but they could not close the gap enough as they would fall behind in the fourth quarter, losing by 5. Mountain View was 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Roseburg did attempt more free throws, but were just 10 for 15. Both teams hitting 3 3-pointers in that game yesterday. So that is how these two teams get here. Roseburg going to be getting ready for a non-leaguer on the road at McNary next week. That'll be a Tuesday night game for Roseburg on the road in the Salem area, and then they will get ready to start out their string of tournament play. Roseburg will be in Eugene for the Shamrock tournament, hosted by Sheldon. They'll take on Sprague, Franklin, and Park Rose in that event, and that'll be next week, starting on the 17th, 18th, and 19th in those ones. And just a programming note, these upcoming tournaments for Roseburg, both the Shamrock tournament in Eugene and then the Abbeys tournament down in Medford, we will not be there to broadcast those. I'll be getting some time away for the holidays with family, so just a heads up there on that one for you. Once the Roseburg goes into those tournament games, that we will not be there to cover those ones for you. But we will be back with coverage there. I believe, I think a game on the 22nd against Willamette got moved to January, so some late schedule changes. In fact, today's game was a late schedule change, bumped up from a 2:30 start time to a 1:30 start time, although getting a little bit of a later start here. So that's just kind of a look at the schedule. We'll keep you updated, and if you're ever curious whether or not we will be broadcasting a game, head to 541radio.com and check out the broadcast schedule there, the live sports broadcast schedule. You can find that, and we always update that with what games are coming up on the radio. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we will start getting ready for this one, get our final thoughts on the matchup, and then take our final break for we only have one more 2-minute break to get to, so we're going to keep it here a little bit longer, I guess. Got to remember how the format goes here, Joey. We'll keep it here for just a little bit longer, then we'll take the break for the national anthem, come back with your starting lineup. So before we go anywhere, I want to remind you about some of the sponsors that help make Roseburg High Sports available here on the radio free of charge. Dr. Lance and Randall, they're accepting new patients, so give them a call at 541-378-6694. Chuck's Warm and Family Auto Repair, are you ready to go where life takes you? And by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Our sponsors of high school sports here on the radio do make it to where we don't have to try and charge the viewer or the listener anything. Obviously radio free, but the video stream stuff, a lot of companies out there will charge you a subscription fee to be able to watch their video coverage. We do not. We do it all free of charge, and you can thank our many community sponsors that make that possible. So if you are in the market for any services provided by some of the sponsors that we are so thankful to have, we always ask that you think of them and maybe give them the opportunity to have your business and do what they can for you, because they obviously very much involved in our community with their support of high school sports here on the radio. Speaking of community support, I want to take a few moments here to just say thanks to everybody that has helped make this year's Cascade Community Credit Union Rudolph Run a success. It's presented by Roseburg Towing. They are out there on the road here this afternoon. Not sure how close they might be getting to wrapping that up. They've been out there collecting barrels full of toys to take over to the Department of Human Services Child Welfare Division, where they will hand off the toys, and those toys will go out to children around Douglas County in need here this holiday season to put a smile on their face, because, you know, it's just nice. Even if it's one gift, it's nice to get a gift this holiday season. And so we are so thankful to the many sponsors that have jumped on board this year for the Rudolph Run. And thanks so much to all of the people that have helped fill those barrels with gifts to take out there to the DHS, Child Welfare Division, because, like I like to say at the end of a broadcast, without you, I'm a guy sitting here talking to myself, without you guys, Rudolph Run doesn't happen. And we would be out there just probably trying to scrape together some toys that we could, but it sounds like this year's bigger than ever, and that's saying something, because in the years past that I've been doing Rudolph Run here with Brook Communications, it has we've filled up some big rooms with a lot of toys, and if we've gone even bigger this year, that is fantastic to hear, because there are a lot of kids out there that deserve a happy holiday season, and you guys are helping us make that possible. So It looks like it was another successful run on Rudolph Run this year, thanks to Cascade Community Credit Union as well as Roseburg Towing, and thanks to everybody that helped pitch in on that. We're getting close to tip-off here. Roseburg and Ben getting ready to square off. Say thanks again to a few more sponsors like B&D Meats, whether it's for one or for many. B&D Meats in Winston has you covered. Also, Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. And a big thanks to Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, especially right now. Boy, the car buying market is tough. But at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda. They treat you like family because they are family. We'll go ahead and take our final 2-minute break here at the pregame show. Come back with your starting lineups as we get ready to go. Roseburg and Bend in a non-conference matchup today from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Number 21, Christian Lopez. Back here at Roseburg High School, getting ready to go with our starting lineups being announced by public address announcer Tom Nelson. Get your starting lineups for the visiting Bend Lava Bears, led by head coach Aaron Johnson. Starting at a guard position, a senior at 6'1", Cody Clausen. A junior guard at 6'2" is Ben Cowens. Austin Baker, a junior 6'3" forward, will get the start, along with Christian Lopez, a senior 6'4" post, and Caden Dornhecker, a junior 6'2" forward. On the other side for the Roseburg Indians, led by head coach Jordan Humphreys, starting lineup will have sophomore Micah Mendoza, along with senior Colton Marsters, junior Carter Stedman, Ben Pike, a senior, and rounding out the starting five is Danil Olson, another senior on this roster for the Roseburg Indians. That is a look at tonight's starting lineups for Roseburg and Bend as we get ready to go with tip-off. Joey Keyran here with you. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And a quick reminder that you can tune in and watch tonight's game streaming live online at 541radio.com and on our YouTube channel, 1490 The Score. Subscribe to follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the high school calendar. In the center circle, getting ready to jump, Danil Olson will square up against Austin Baker. About the same size there in the middle. The tip is up, tipped into the hands of Colton Marsters. Roseburg, wearing their home white jerseys, will be moving left to right on your radio dial. Wearing the road blues is Bend. They will be defending right now, right to left. Marsters driving to left elbow, has the ball stripped out of his hands. Up with the steal comes Bend up the floor. Ben Cowens will get it. Wanted a step back three, not going to be out to the top. Cody Clausen, coming off of a 12-point game last night against North Medford, misses his first attempt. Rebound pulled down by the Lava Bears. Out for a three, off the mark for Cowens, and Roseburg comes down with the board. Stedman going to push it up the floor to the right side, into the corner, double team, gets it to Pike. Pike out to Olsen, a straightaway three for the lefty, off the left iron, no good. Rebound tipped into the hands, a late shovel pass into the hands of Micah Mendoza after the miss by Olsen. Up the floor against the break, or against the press, running the break, Christian Lopez does get his way up floor, and it is a 2-2 ball game here early on. Roseburg making the first basket. Marsters has it between the circles, dribbling right hand. Out to Stedman, into the corner. A left-handed three for Olsen in the right corner. Is splashed through, and Olsen will get his first three of the game. Roseburg on top, 5-2. Pass up the floor off the fingertips of Bend as they try to work against that press by Roseburg. And they throw it out of bounds. Roseburg will get it back, leading by 3. Mendoza going to drive left side off the glass, and he'll kiss it in. And Micah Mendoza with a quick 4 points, and Roseburg on top by 5, 7-2. Corner 3 on the left side. Off the mark for Cohen. Rebound came down to Bend, but then stolen away on a pass. Marsters goes one-on-one right to the rack. It spins off. Rebound down by Pike, and a foul called underneath. Marsters tightly guarded on that breakout, but couldn't get it to fall in. That one just rolling right off of the rim. Inbound coming for Roseburg. Stedman looking to his right, back to left. Mendoza, head fake. He'll take the dribble out to the top, drives in, pump fake, goes up with the left hand, and Micah Mendoza with a quick 6 points here to start out the ball game. Roseburg on top by 7, again applying the full court press. The Lava Bears will get it into the half court, driving left side. The baseline jumper off the mark for Lopez. Rebound fight underneath. It's pulled in by Cohen. Get it to the top, and a travel called before Cody Clausen can get the left-handed lay-in to fall. Clausen, the leading scorer yesterday for Bend against North Medford with 12 points. But he turns it over, and Roseburg will get it. Bringing it up across the timeline is Stedman. Micah Mendoza, the leading scorer yesterday for Roseburg against Mountain View. He's already got 6 here in the first period. Pass it out to Pike. Pike over the top of the defense underneath to Olsen. And Danil with 5 points. And Roseburg really putting on the pressure here, up by 9. Pressure in the backcourt, finally able to get it to an open man. And across the timeline just ahead of the 10-second count. Extra pass, right side, bump. But the shot won't fall for Austin Baker. Baker is going to head to the free throw line for 2 shots. The first foul of the game for Roseburg goes against Micah Mendoza. And both teams with 1 team foul so far. At the line, shooting 2. Austin Baker misses the first, slaps his hands, unhappy with the fact that he couldn't get that one. Ben Pike will check out. Chase Wilder comes into the game for Roseburg. Today's game sponsored by Flyway Travel. You can contact their travel experts for your travel plans, 672-5701. Second free throw falls through for Baker. Roseburg on top, 11-3. Tried to go over the top of the defense again. One-handed pass by Marsters, too strong, stolen away by the Lava Bears. Up the floor, Baker with it to the left side of the lane. Tries to dump it underneath to Lopez. Lopez covered. He'll kick it out to the top. A 3 from straight away. Cody Clausen flushes one through. Back to a 5-point lead for Roseburg. 11-6, 4:56 to play here in the first period. Roseburg went on a 9-0 run to pull out 11-2. Bend fighting their way back in. Olsen with it, left wing. He'll try the 3 again, off the left iron. The rebound attempt and a push in the back going to be called against Mendoza. He got boxed out, trying to fight for the rebound, and he'll get called for the push. Second foul against the Tribe. Inbound, full length of the floor to go here for the Lava Bears. Lopez will get it, looking left side, pass out to the top. Clausen, head fake left, goes right, but he travels. Didn't get the basketball down in time. Turnover by Bend. Micah Mendoza will check out as Hunter Fulton gets his first action of the evening. Guess it's early afternoon, or maybe early evening, late afternoon, mid-afternoon. It's 2 o'clock. 4:22 and counting here. Left side, Fullerton. Looking underneath to Olsen, he just can't quite get free of Lopez, who does have a little bit of size on him. Driving baseline, Marsters tried to make the pass around the defense. It's kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Indians. 4:13 to play first period. 11-6 our score. Stedman inbounding from the baseline. Gets it in. Fullerton catch and shoot on the inbound three. It's off the mark, tipped up by Olsen, and stepped on the sideline. Ben Cohen tried to save it in bounds, but steps on that sideline. Fullerton quickly in, taking that quick three, but does not get it to fall. He'll inbound from the corner. Fullerton will go right into Olsen. Down in the left block, back out to Fullerton for a three. Looks a bit short. It is, just grazes the iron. And an 0 for 2 trip there for Fullerton from behind the arc. Out to the top, it's a three for Cohen, and he buries that one. His first three of the game. 11-9. Here come the Lava Bears back into this one. Fullerton, left wing, looks into the corner. Olsen's going to launch a three. He gets his second. 2 for 3 from behind the arc for Daniil Olsen. And Roseburg's back in front, 14-9. Stretching it back out to a 5-point lead. Trying to answer the three. Didn't think it was going to go, but Austin Baker sneaks it in. 2-point ball game, 14-12. Into the corner. Wilder's going to try a three. It's raining here at Robertson Memorial, but the shot off the mark for Jace Wilder. Defensive board up the floor quickly for the Lava Bears, and hit as he tries to go up from the left side is Christian Lopez. Lopez will head to the free throw line. The foul called against Daniil Olsen, his first, third team foul against Roseburg. Lopez at the free throw line for 2. First one is good. Substitutions coming in for the Lava Bears. It'll be Colby Shields and Christopher Doak will check in. Coming out of the game is Austin Baker and Caden Dornhecker. Second free throw, hard off the back iron. Rebound pulled in by Ben. They'll try a three from the left side off the mark by Doak, and Roseburg gets the rebound. Up the floor quickly, behind the back dribble. Marsters got caught in the air, puts up a shot, no good. Got his own rebound. Out to the top, to the left side. Olsen a three, too strong. Rebound pulled down out of bounds, and it's going to go to Roseburg. Substitution, Lopez checks out of the game. Connor Johnson will check in for the Lava Bears. Ben Pike back into the game for the Tribe. Olsen's going to have a rest. Fullerton out to Pike. Pike wants the three ball. He's got it! And Roseburg has now hit 3 3-pointers in this first period. They lead 17-13. 4-point game. Driving baseline. Colby Shields gets a floater over the top of the defense. Buries that one in. 17-15, 2-point game. Roseburg's led by as many as 9 here in the first quarter. Wilder tries to set a screen, and he'll get called. Didn't get in front of it. Trying to reach the hip out there to try and get in front of the defender. And gets called for the moving screen. Driving right side, baseline. Tried to go on the skip pass, took some contact, but Cody Clausen didn't get a whistle for the foul. He ends up getting called for the turnover. And he'll mark Stedman as he brings it through the center circle. 2:18 to play first quarter, 17-15 Roseburg with the advantage. The only time they trailed, it was 2-0. Actually, that's not true. They scored first, Roseburg did. So they have led the entire way. Ben did tie it at 2-all, but that was it. Clausen comes out of the game for Bend. And it's a timeout called on the floor. Timeout taken by Roseburg. And we'll go ahead and take it as well. Let's get a 30-second break in here. Roseburg leading 17-15 with 2:07 to go in the first quarter. Back after this on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Get ready to satisfy your dessert cravings with Mountain Mike's new mini churros. These delicious bite-sized churros are the perfect dessert to pair with your favorite Mountain Mike's pizza, made with only the freshest and finest ingredients, dough made fresh daily, with 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings to the edge. For limited time only, get 16 mini churs for the whole family for only $4.99. Don't wait. Order yours today for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery.
17-15 our score, 2:07 to go first quarter. Today's game sponsored by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Roseburg basketball out of the timeout. Jace Wilder will inbound it just at the end of the scorer's table here in front of us. Gets it to Stedman. Marshers gets it left side. Going to try and drive. Cradles the basketball in. Got airborne, but lost the handle on it and turns it over. Out of the timeout, Roseburg in empty possession. They'll apply some full court pressure. Marshers in the backfield along with Fullerton. And the pass trying to get it up the floor. Tipped out of bounds by Carter Stedman. Inbound from the far side for Bend. It'll be Shields that inbounds it into the backcourt to Doak. Doak handling the basketball against Marsters. Had it tipped out as Marsters the reach around poke and gets called for the foul. That'll be on Colton Marsters. 15 foul against Roseburg. He's got 2 against Bend. 2-point lead right now for the Tribe. 1:51 to play. Marsters. And now an offensive foul called. Marsters right on top of Christopher Doak. And Doak gets called for the push-off with his off arm. So Doak will get called for the foul. Third against the Lava Bears. And Roseburg gets the basketball with the defense, forcing the turnover. Marsters to Stedman. Stedman will retreat it back out between the circles. Looks left to Fullerton. Fullerton gets a screen from Pike. Pike rolling to the basket. Instead, Fullerton takes the long 2 from 15 feet out, and he didn't get enough underneath. It might have been tipped. I guess if it had been, then it would have been Roseburg ball. No tip on that. Fullerton just didn't get the launch he needed. Inbound pass. Pike tips it and then gets the steal as he saves it back into Stedman. Stedman then has his pocket picked, and Ben will bring it up the floor. Going to settle for a quick 3, and it's good. Cohen gets his second three-pointer of the game, and that gives Bend its first lead at 18-17. 3-ball has been thrown up a lot by both teams. Marshers driving in, too strong on his lay-in. He got right to the rim, but he was too strong up the floor, and that ball tipped in and out of the hands then. That was Dornhecker who had it go right through his fingers and out of bounds. Roseburg will get it back. Boston Williams checks in for Colton Marsters. Again, a 1-point lead here for Bend, 18-17. Stedman brings it across the timeline. Right-hand dribble through the legs. Again, crossover, gets to the free throw line. Had it knocked out of his hands. The officials going to agree that it's Roseburg basketball. Inbound goes to Williams. Got free on the left side. Double clutch, put it up, but his shot will not fall. Does draw a foul. And that'll send Boston Williams to the line just into the game for the first time, and he gets a chance to get some points and tie this one up. It's right now a Bend lead, 18-17 with 50.9 seconds to go. First free throw, Williams gets it to fall through. Chase Wilder checks out. Danil Olson back into the game for the Tribe. Roseburg basketball brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. Williams makes them both. First trip to the free throw line for Roseburg, and it puts it back in front, 19-18. Roseburg led by as many as 9 here in the first period. 42 seconds to play. Dornhecker into the corner. Finds Doak. Doak will bring it back out. Pick and roll. Tries to get it to Johnson. Johnson, a baseline jumper. And he hits it from 10 feet out. Back in front by 1 goes Bend. Williams to Olson. And a whistle stops the play. It's going to be a foul against the Lava Bears.
Bend foul on number 4.
That goes against Colby Shields. 5 team fouls apiece. Fullerton inbounding from the near sideline. We'll have to get it into Stedman, closely guarded. He gets it back to Fullerton, who will put up the 3. It's good. Hunter Fullerton with the three, much needed for Roseburg. They're in front, 22-20. 12 seconds to play here, first quarter. 9 seconds with it. That is Doak, right side. Out to the top. That ball picked off by Williams. Williams, 1 second, puts up a shot before the buzzer. Count it. Boston Williams with the steal and the points, and Roseburg will take a 24-20 lead to the second quarter. A lot of scoring here in the first period. We'll be back after a 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
We move to the second quarter. Roseburg leading 24-20. A big first period for both teams. Roseburg led by as many as 9, but Ben came storming back. Took a couple of 2-point leads in this one, 1-point leads, but they were unable to hang on to it after the first 8 minutes. Ben starts with the basketball. Cody Clausen back into the game. Christopher Doak back to Clausen in the corner. Out to the top with it. Shields. Quick pass. Short one to Dornhecker. Dornhecker back out to the top. Clausen with it. Drives in, gets airborne, makes the pass. Got it to Shields. Shields had a man in his face, couldn't get the shot to go, but with the rebound, Connor Johnson will make the putback bucket. Cuts it to a 2-point lead. 24-22. Step back baseline jumper for Boston Williams. Hopping on the rim, and it won't go down. And with the rebound comes down Ben. Up the floor, that could have been an offensive. Backing his way in was Shields. Gets it to Clausen. Baseline jumper is off the mark, and down with the rebound is Roseburg. Pressing it up the floor. Stedman into the middle. Had it knocked out of his hands. A whistle, though, will call for the foul against the Lava Bears. I'm going to call it a hold. 7:03 to go here in the second quarter. And that is going to be the second for Shields. 16 foul against Ben. Back into the game will come Austin Baker, who replaces Shields. Inbound goes to Williams, squared it up, does not take the shot, hands it off. Stedman dribbles it out, will direct traffic, sends Fullerton to the far side. Stedman backs it all the way out to the center circle. Pass left side to Fullerton, squares up, working against Dornhecker, tries to dump it down to Olsen. Triple team comes, but he's able to fight through it, and Danil Olsen will add to his point total. He's the first player to double figures at 10. 26-22 is a three going to be answered on the other side. Christopher Doak with the three. And it's 26-25, back to a 1-point game in favor of Roseburg. Williams, right side. Pike working hard underneath, trying to get position. Can't get it down there. Williams really looking at him, but it's just tough against this 2-3 zone. Left side. Stedman dribbling in, looks down underneath to Olsen. Working one-on-one, some pressure comes. Left-handed hook shot, and he has gotten that looking pretty. Olsen with 4 in the quarter. He's having a big night, 12 points already. 28-25, 5:58 to go. Baseline jumper off the mark, tipped, and it's going to go to Roseburg as it's tipped out of bounds by the Lava Bears with that shot off the mark by Johnson. Micah Mendoza will check back into the game, and Asher Friedenberg will come in for the first time.
Asher Friedenberg into the Indian lineup.
Starters on the floor, Mendoza and Olsen and Pike. Your 3 starters on the floor. At the moment, Friedenberg and Williams off the bench. Williams going to try a 3. That one rattles out. Didn't want to fall down. Looked good from here. 28-25 the score in favor of Roseburg. Up the floor, Clausen with it between the leg dribble. Goes left side, hands it off. Dornhecker to the top, jump pass into the middle, tipped away. Friedenberg comes up with it. That ball tipped around a few times. He finds a way to get it to Mendoza. I'm not sure how that happened. Mendoza misses the first, fights between 4 blue jerseys for the rebound, can't get the second. What a series of events, and then cherry picking on the other side. Bend will get an easy 2 from Caden Dornhecker. 28-27, now a steal on the other side again, and a whistle. Ben rips the ball away from Micah Mendoza, but I think Mendoza picked up the foul. They're going to call that one against Dornhecker.
Ben foul on number 22, Caden Dornhecker.
And that'll put him at the bonus here for Roseburg. The Tribe will be at the single bonus so far. It'll be a 1-and-1 opportunity for Micah Mendoza, first trip to the foul line. Roseburg basketball this season is available thanks to sponsorship from Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. 1-point game at the moment, 5:08 to play in the second. Mendoza hits the first and will get a second. Second free throw for the lefty. A couple of pounds of the basketball, and the shot is sweet right through. 30-27, back to a 3-point lead for Roseburg. Driving left side, Clausen got to the edge. Things cleared up for him, and he gets an easy finger roll through. Back to a 1-point game, 30-29. Mendoza, right side at the wing, going to drive baseline. Tries to go with a skip pass around the defense to Friedenberg, and it's picked off. Up the floor, Cohen with it at top, finds Clausen. Clausen, baseline jumper now for the big man, Christian Lopez. He's got a soft touch for a big guy, puts Bren back in front, 31-30. Marsters has checked back into the game. Right side, Mendoza driving into the lane, kicks out. Williams a 3, too strong, back iron, rebound down to Mendoza, takes contact, the floater is good. 2 points there, back to a 1-point lead for Roseburg, 32-31. 4:13 to go, back and forth in this one. No look pass underneath, stolen away by Friedenberg, tipped to Marsters. Marsters pushing it, didn't have the numbers. He'll track it back out to Pike. Pike back to Marsters. Pump fake left, out to the top to Pike. Now to Williams on the right wing. He'll dribble it out to the top, and Roseburg will reset the offense in the half court. Williams dribbles left side around Clausen, jump stop at the elbow. Pass out to Mendoza on the left wing. The sophomore tracks it back out. He'll pass it away to Marsters. Marsters back out to Mendoza to reset. 3:39. Mendoza, right side, bounce pass, finds an open Friedenberg on the baseline, and the sophomore gets an easy 6-footer for 2. 34-31, 3:29 to play first half. Pass out to the top, a bad one, stolen away easily by Mendoza, and that could have been a travel, and it's a blocking foul instead, and the Ben fans who have made the trek not going to be happy with that call. It would look like contact maybe before the possible travel. Could have been a makeup call there as Ben steps in front, and they will get called for the foul. 8th team foul against the Lava Bears. And at the free throw line, Micah Mendoza trying to stretch things out. Right now a 3-point lead for Roseburg, 34-31. First one is short by Mendoza. Coming into the game, Christopher Doak will check in for Caden Dornhecker, excuse me. That was Austin Baker that picked up that foul. And the second free throw does fall through for Mendoza. Makes it a 35-31 game, 4-point game, and Roseburg taking a timeout. We'll go ahead and take it as well. Roseburg leading 35-31, 3:22 to play here in the first half. A 30-second break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Roseburg basketball on the score, sponsored by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Out of the Roseburg timeout. It'll be Bend basketball, 35-31. Lava Bears behind by 4. They've trailed by as many as 9. Up the floor with it, Clausen across the timeline, marked by Mendoza. Near side with it. Doak working against Williams, who's all over him. Gets a screen to get free. Got to the right side of the lane and will draw the fouls. He gets slapped across the wrist. And Christopher Doak, who's come off the bench, he's got 3 points in the game, but he came up there and very aggressive on the attack to get to the free throw line. That'll be the 16th foul against Roseburg. Not yet into the bonus for Bend. First free throw for Doak. Drops in.
Carter Stedman into the Roseburg lineup.
Roseburg basketball sponsored by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Second free throw is good. So 2 points at the line for Christopher Doak. Makes it a 2-point game, 35-33. And Roseburg on the other side, attacking right to the basket is Micah Mendoza, but he'll pick up his third personal. And the substitution coming in will be Danilo Olsen for Mendoza as he goes to the bench with the 3 fouls, gets called for the offensive charging call right underneath the basket. 2-point game, 3:03 to play here in the first half. Ben trailing, but a chance to tie or take the lead on this possession. Clausen looks right side, gets it to Cowan. Cowan underneath. This pass tipped away, intended for Baker. Roseburg with the steal, feeding it up the floor. Marster's pass is stolen. It was Doak with the interception. To the left side, Cowan driving baseline. Hands it back off in the corner. Fadeaway 3! Christopher Doak with the sweet touch from the corner. And on that made bucket, it's a 1-point lead for the Lava Bears. Pass goes to Marsters. He tried to spin it back out, and he lost the handle on it. Gives it right back to Bend. 36-35. That bucket by Christopher Doak in the corner, falling away. That was a tough shot, and he splashed it right in. Left side, Clausen drives. He's short on the lay-in. The rebound tipped up, though, and it goes right back to him. He gets his own bucket or his own rebound on the miss. And a second look for the Lava Bears. A screen. Cohen doesn't use it. Pass it away into the corner to Baker. Baker tries to feed it underneath to Lopez, and it's tipped away from him. Stedman comes up with the steal, and he'll slow it down. Didn't have the numbers. Left side, and a travel called for Asher Vredenberg.
Hunter Fullerton into the Roseburg lineup. Replacing Asher.
So it'll be 1:57 to play in the first half. Bend basketball, 36-35. The Lava Bears in front as they try to wrap up their trip here to Southern Oregon. Shot from the top is too long by Cohen. His only shot 3s in the games. Rebound came down to Roseburg. They go coast to coast. The bucket and the foul for Colton Marsters. He gets his first points of the game. Roseburg really wants to try and get him going. He puts Roseburg back in front by 1 and a chance to stretch it to 2 from the free throw line. That foul goes against Cody Clausen, his second. And that is the 9th team foul for the Lava Bears. Roseburg with 7 now. Both teams into the bonus. Marsters will not get the free throw. Quickly up the floor for Bend. The outlet pass gets right into the hands of Ben Cohen, and he goes high off the glass for 2 points. And it's back to a 1-point lead for Bend. It's been back and forth with the lead in this one. Marsters gets it at the way out high from Stedman. Drives to the left elbow, passes it to Pike. Pike, a quick touch pass into the corner for Stedman. Stedman tries to get it to Marsters. That pass tipped away. Cohen up the floor, settles for a long 3, and he's got it. And the 3-point bucket will make it a 4-point game, largest lead for the Lava Bears. 41-37, 1:03 to play. Coach Humphreys out at the midcourt stripe, yelling out directions in the half court for Roseburg's offense. Tried to feed it underneath, and stepping on the baseline as he was trying to save it back in for the Lava Bears. Nearly had the steal was Austin Baker, but he could not quite complete it. Lopez will check out of the game. Back in is Colby Shields. Pass in, 3 for Fullerton, a little short underneath. Pike with the rebound and the putback. And Roseburg gets a much-needed bucket there here before halftime, down by 2, 41-39, 42 seconds to play. And stepped on the out-of-bounds line on the far side. Turnover by Bend. That was Dornhecker. Did a step back before he started to dribble, and on the step back, he hits the sideline. 37 seconds. Dribbling up. Stedman, left side. Roseburg could tie or take a lead on a made three. Fullerton has the ball taken right away, out in front of everybody. Cohen, and he will lay it in. A soft touch right in front of the rim for an easy 2. Cowan will make the bucket to stretch it, 43-39. Crossover. Stedman brings it up, 14 seconds now. Marsters, right side, quick first step, and the defense comes to help and will get called for the block. That is Baker, I do believe, who will pick that one up. I have it down in a second.
Number 20, Austin Baker.
And it is 10th team foul against the Lava Bears. It'll be a 2-shot foul for Colton Marsters. Coming up, we'll have your halftime show. We'll recap all the first half action. The first, not good for Marsters. Colton Marsters just 2 points in this one, and a technical foul called against Ben Cowan. Cowan, excuse me. So Cowan's going to pick up a technical. And that is his, I think, his second personal. And the first, actually, it's going to be the second of his 2 free throws for Colton Marsters. He does make. And now you've got Danil Olson, who's going to take the 2 technical free throws. And his first one rattles out too hard. Boston Williams will check into the game. Second free throw for Olson. He does get it. So 1 of 2 on the technical free throws. Roseburg cuts it to a 2-point game. Boston Williams comes in for Ben Pike. Cowan will check out of the game. And the inbound will go into Marsters. 9 seconds to play in the first half. Should be a 2-point game, I do believe. Driving in, Marsters called for a travel. He had made the bucket and goes down hard, but called for a travel as he had 3 defenders all around him and somehow squeezed through. Inbound from the baseline, 1.7 to go. The ball tipped out. They're going to give it to Roseburg. (43-41), I believe. The scoreboard's reading 40, and I think they're trying to confirm down there. 0.9 seconds to go. Stedman toss it to Williams, who has his 3-point shot blocked at the buzzer. So at the halftime break, it is 43 to, I think, 41, but we will confirm. Halftime break here coming up. The Roseburg Indians trailing by 2 going to the break. And I think the fans are now screaming that it could be 41. They'll confirm it. They will get it all squared away there at the scorer's table. At the break, a tight one here between Roseburg and Ben. We'll come back with the halftime show after a 2-minute break here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people of all ages can get very sick, even if they were perfectly healthy before they had COVID. The COVID vaccine is safe and effective and will reduce your risk of getting so sick you wind up at Mercy Medical. Get vaccinated, and I won't have to see you in the ICU.
Here at the halftime break, it is Bend 43, Roseburg 41. As the Tribe trails by 2, they led by as many as 9 in the first quarter and were down by as many as 4 in the second quarter. Back and forth affair after Roseburg went on a 9-0 run in the first quarter. The Lava Bears rallied back, and since then it has been back and forth for both of these teams. And we've got ourselves a great second half here coming up as both teams trying to get back in the win column after losses yesterday. Joey Keyran here with you. Stay with us as we go to the postgame show later on. After the second half, we'll, of course, recap the game after things are done, but we'll also name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Let's take a look at how this one played out. Roseburg, again, a 9-0 run in the first quarter. Got them out to an 11-2 lead after Roseburg scored first. Then Bend would score, tied it up at 2-all. And then after that, it was a 9-0 run. Roseburg got out to an 11-2 lead, but then Bend fought their way back. It was 24-20 at the end of the first quarter. A lot of scoring going on in this one. Both teams have been able to do pretty well from behind the arc in this one. So it was a 4-point game at the end of the first quarter, 24-20. But then in the second quarter, back and forth we go, and Bend outscores Roseburg 23-17 in the second period. And that gives the Lava Bears a 43-41 advantage here at the halftime break. Leading scorers so far for the Lava Bears with 13 points is Ben Cowan. And then on the other side for Roseburg with 13 points, one of two players in double figures, Danil Olsen with 13. Taking a look at how things have so far gone for the team numbers. 6 made three-pointers in this one so far for the Lava Bears. I have them down unofficially 6 for 10. Actually make it 7 for 11 in the first quarter or first half of this one from behind the arc. On the other side for Roseburg, they are 4 for 13 from behind the arc in the first half for the Roseburg boys. At the free throw line, Bend has gotten more attempts than they did in their game yesterday against North Medford when they only had 1. They are currently 4 for 6 from the free throw line. And on the other side for Roseburg, 7 for 11 from the free throw line in the first half for the Roseburg Indians. We'll take a look at all your team scoring from the first half after a 2-minute break. Here at the halftime show, Roseburg trailing 43-41 against the Bend Lava Bears on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors.
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 120,000 participants here in Oregon who take part in high school sports or activities.
As a doctor, I kept myself safe from COVID by following all the proper protocols. Then I visited my family, and we all got COVID. I debated getting the vaccine since I gained the COVID antibodies. I changed my mind because I learned the antibodies may not offer full protection. But getting the vaccine after COVID can help prevent you from getting sick again. It also lowers your risk of getting someone else sick. So whether you've already had COVID or you're still unvaccinated, please get the vaccine.
Wrapping up things here with our halftime break. We'll take a look at your scores here. We have gone down and confirmed with the scorers table. They were trying to figure everything out there, but had a couple of different reports, and then I think we've all figured it out and gotten things squared away. So it is 43-41. Right now it's Bend in front by 2 at the halftime break. Taking a look at scores from the first half. Again, 13 points for Ben Cowan to lead the way for the Lava Bears. Behind him, 8 points for Christopher Doak. You had 5 points in the game for Christian Lopez and for Cody Clausen. 4 points for Austin Baker and Connor Johnson. 2 points for Caden Dornhecker and for Colby Shields. On the other side for Roseburg, 13 points for Daniel Olson, 11 for Micah Mendoza. 5 points in the game for Ben Pike. 4 points for Boston Williams, 3 for Hunter Fullerton and Colton Marsters, and 2 points for Asher Friedenberg. Held scoreless in the first half. Carter Stedman, Chase Wilder, and Stedman is a guy that I think Roseburg would love to see getting things going coming up in the second half. All right, our score at the break, 43-41. We'll take a 60-second break, come back with the second half after this here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Second half of our game just about to get underway here as we get ready to begin the third quarter. Joey Keyran here with you from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Roseburg High School. 43-41 our score. Bend in front of Roseburg. Today's game has been brought to you by Dr. Alanson Randall, accepting new patients. So give them a call at 541-378-6694. 2-point game. It'll be Roseburg basketball to start things out. Roseburg will have Mendoza, Stedman, Marsters, Olson, and Pike on the floor to start the second half. That is your starting five. On the other side for Bend, Clausen out there, along with Cowan. Lopez is on the floor, so is Baker and Dornhecker. Your starting five on the floor for the Lava Bears. Ben Pike will hand it off to Marshers. Out at the top, Roseburg now moving right to left. Marshers with the stutter step, and he goes right to the rim and gets an easy lay-in to tie us all up. 43 all here with 15 seconds away in the third quarter. Out at the top, no-look pass to the near side for Cowan. He'll try the three. It's short. Rebound pulled down by Stedman. Cowan, he has made 3 of them in the game, but misses on his first attempt of the third quarter. Pike trapped in the corner. One-handed pass out to the top. Picked up by Stedman. Backs it out that center circle. Hand it off. Pass it left side to Marshers. Marshers give and go with Olsen. Stutter step at the top. Launches a 3. Front iron. No good. Pike trying to get there, but can't get the rebound around Baker. First 3 attempts for Marshers in the game. Underneath, they go to Lopez. Lopez will get the easy bucket with a toss over the top of the defense. Lopez now has 7 in the ball game, and Ben back in front. Driving left side into the big. Stedman off the glass. 2 no good for Carter Stedman. Roseburg trying to get him going. He's scoreless. That's a first so far as a foul called against Roseburg. That'll be against Marshers, I believe.
Number 2, Marshers.
Marshers picking up, I believe, his second. Yep. Inbound from the baseline for Clausen. Toss it into the corner. Lopez out to the top. Cowan will give it back to Clausen. He drains a long 2. Cody Clausen, first points of the second half. And now Roseburg turns it over on the inbound, going the other direction. Must have stepped on the baseline. I was looking down to put it in my scorebook. And Roseburg turns it over. It's back into the hand of the Lava Bears, leading by 4, 47-43. A 3 from the far side. And a big start to the second half for the Lava Bears. Ball tipped out of bounds on the ensuing transition. 50-43. Big 3 there, and this is going to be a big run here to start out this second half. We'll look back at this if things don't change for Roseburg as maybe a turning point for the Lava Bears. Taking it himself, Olsen got right to the rim, but the shot didn't want to fall down. No home field advantage on that one for Daniil Olsen. And on the outlet, up the floor, taken away by Marshers. He's going to attack, tries to step around the defense, and his shot too far underneath. He got bumped. He's limping a bit. And now a foul as Roseburg trying to take it back away from Austin Baker. That'll be Daniil Olsen who will get called for the foul. It's 50-43, 7-point lead, the largest of the game for Bend. Lopez, excuse me, that's not Lopez. That was Dornhecker who finds the assist right to Austin Baker for an easy 2. And Bend has come out on fire here. They're out to a 9-point lead. Roseburg had a 9-point lead in the first quarter. Out to Olsen. He'll try the left side 3. That looks off, and it glances off the iron. Roseburg's cold to start the second half. Up the floor quickly for Ben to the right side. Cowan underneath, gets it back in the corner, tries the 3. He's long on the shot, missed everything. Carried too long. He's 0 for 2 from behind the stripe here in the third quarter. Mendoza will get it right side. Fakes left, goes right, pulls up for the long 2, and he's got the soft touch. Micah Mendoza stops the bleeding, stops the run by Bend. 52-45, 5:10 to go third quarter. Out at the top with it, Baker looking underneath. Lopez, spin move to his right. He's off the mark. Skying in for the rebound is Dornhecker, and Bend will keep the possession. Out at the top, right side. Cowan with it, lost the handle. Pike with the steal. He's out in front of the defense, and he'll lay it in from the right, left side. No good. Rebound pulled down by Mendoza, and he's hacked on the way back up. Pike got a little out of control on the outbreak, but nice job defensively and pushing the tempo. Mendoza will go to the line trying to cut into the deficit. Lopez picks up his first. 52-45, a 7-point game. And Mendoza will get the friendly roll here at home on the first of 2 attempts. 6-point game. Tonight's contest is sponsored by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Daniil Olsen will take a seat. Second free throw goes through for Mendoza. Back to a 5-point lead for the Lava Bears. And Marsters also checked out of the game for Roseburg. Around the screen, left side, Clausen got to the rim, and a soft touch off the glass. He kisses it through, 4-2. 54-47. 4.5 to play, third quarter. Stedman through the center circle to the right side of Mendoza. Mendoza looking to go left. Back to his right, step back with the three. Missed everything. Coming in to get the rebound, though, is Stedman. And in the corner, he saves it back in. Wilder in the game. Fullerton going to launch a deep three. That one rattles out. A couple of looks from behind the arc from deep for the Indians, and they couldn't hit either one. They both weren't far off. There's a fight for the basketball. And a foul going to be called. Good effort there by Hunter Fullerton. The ball got knocked loose, and he went to the ground to try and save it back in, and that draws the foul from Bend, trying to screen Fullerton away from getting the basketball. Dornhecker checks out, so does Baker and Lopez. Bend will go with a somewhat smaller lineup. Shields is back into the game, so is Doak. Roseburg with the basketball, trailing by 7, midway point of this third quarter. Stedman goes right side, around a screen from Pike. Got too far underneath, though, and he's off the mark with his shot. One attempt there for Roseburg up the floor. Shields back to the top to Clausen. He gets around the edge, and he went straight up, wanted to make a pass into the corner, and nobody's there. He got some hard contact, but straight up in the air was Hunter Fullerton, and they won't blow the whistle on that one. Roseburg will get it. They bring it up the floor. Stedman taking it into the half court. To the left side, Fullerton with it, goes baseline, wanted to go up with a shot, doesn't. Out to Wilder, left side, out to the top to Williams. Williams, a couple of right-handed dribbles, gets it to Stedman. He dribbles into the corner, looking underneath the Pike. Pike gets it, almost traveled, back out. Stedman a three from the corner, off the mark, and the long rebound into the near side corner is pulled down by Bend, and they try to push it up the floor, but the strong pass by Ben Cohen is too much. He turns it over. Roseburg gets it back, trailing by 7 still. Nobody scored for about 20 seconds. 3:07 to play. Williams trying to drive left side. Lost it and gets it back out to the top or over to the far side. Stedman to Pike. Pike will launch the three. The rainbow shot, no good. And down with the rebound comes Bend. Up the floor, offensive. Called against Christopher Doak.
Offensive foul on number 24, Christopher Doak.
And player with a shoelace undone. That is the third foul against Bend and the second on Christopher Doak. 2:48 to go, third quarter. Stedman bringing it up. Working against Clausen, left side to Fullerton, who quickly attacks, going baseline, and he'll draw a foul. Roseburg trying to attack, get aggressive, and maybe see if they can get Bend into foul trouble here. They've got 14 fouls now. Back into the game will come Dornhecker. Doak will pick up his third foul on a quick couple of fouls there. He takes a seat with the three as Dornhecker comes back in. Pass into the corner, catch and shoot on the three by Fullerton, just a bit short, but on the weak side, the rebound pulled down by Stedman. Out to Fullerton, drives left side from the wing, out to the top to Wilder, nearly lost it. Pass it out to Williams. Williams wanted to drive, gets reverted back out, trapped in the corner. Underneath to Pike. That got tipped away, swatted out, but it goes right back to Roseburg, and they'll reset in the half court, 2:15, third quarter to go. Stedman left side, working against Clausen, back to his left, goes into the corner. Out to the top, Pike with it. He'll try the three. It's short. Rebound comes down. Now fight for it on the ground. Stedman gets it and gets it to Wilder. Wilder off the mark with the shot. Fullerton comes down with the rebound, and Roseburg will get another look. Couple of tries there. They'll try to slow it down here. That ball tipped out, stays with Roseburg as Clausen got his hand on it in the passing lane. Danil Olsen comes in for Ben Pike with 1:44 to go. Still 54-47. It's been about 2 minutes since anybody's scored in this third quarter. Fullerton will get it on the sideline, marking him. Cowan. Dribble right side, double team on Stedman. Head fake by Fullerton, drives in, pass it off, dumps it down to Olsen. Olsen wraps it around the defense. to Fullerton. Fullerton finds the open man. It's Wilder. A touch shot from the baseline, and Chase Wilder has his first points of the game. It's a 5-point game, 54-49. Out at the top, Shields with a three, and that three ball has been fallen for the Lava Bears. That's back out to an 8-point game, 57-49. Three on the other side, and Williams will answer his first of the night. And Boston Williams will hit a big three, cuts it back to a 5-point game, and a timeout taken by Roseburg. It'll be Roseburg with a full timeout. We'll take a 30-second break. It's a 57-52 game. Bend in front by 5 here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Joey Kieran with The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We're bringing you more local sports content as we change up our weekday sports lineup. We've got the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano, noon to 3 every weekday. And then from 4 to 6 is the James Crepia Show. More local sports talk here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Frantic third quarter here. Both teams trying to stay in front. Right now it is Bend in front by 5, stretching their 4-point lead at halftime, or 2-point lead at halftime. Out here, they've led by as many as 9 in the quarter. Trading 3-pointers on the last couple of possessions. 1:10 to play. Roseburg full court pressure. Clausen will bring the ball up for the Lava Bears with his right hand. Behind the back dribble, looking in the middle, coming out to get it. Ben Cohen to the left side. Cohen hands it off with it. Dornhecker. Dornhecker's pass to the near side. He went with the no look and he missed his mark. Out of bounds with 51.8 seconds to go. Bringing the ball up will be Stedman with 48 seconds through the center circle. Straight away, left side, run the offense. Williams looking underneath to Wilder. Will bounce it down to him. That draws some attention. Gets Williams open for a corner three. That one halfway down before it comes out. And up the floor come the Lava Bears. With it, Shields, right side, hands it off. Dornhecker to the top. Driving in, Cohen. Back out to Clausen. Got bumped, no whistle. Cohen gets it again on the left side. 22 seconds to go, third quarter. Dornhecker, pump fake once, going to get a screen, goes left side, jumps. He puts up a shot, it's short, no good. Down with it is Roseburg. Fullerton tries to go into the middle to Olsen, and it's picked off. With it, Cohen. Cohen, right side. 5 seconds to go. He lost the handle. Fight for it on the ground. And a whistle will stop play with 1.9 to go. And it's going to be against Daniil Olsen.
White foul number 20.
Olsen picks up his third on the loose ball foul. Third against Roseburg. 57-52, 1.9 to play in the third quarter. Bend. Going to look to the right, catch and shoot at the buzzer. No good for Ben Cohen. And at the end of the three quarters, it's 57-52. Bend in front of Roseburg. Back after a 60-second break on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Hey there, sports fans. It's Joey Kieran with The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. We're bringing you more local sports content as we change up our weekday sports lineup. We've got the Bald-Faced Truth with John Canzano, noon to 3 every weekday. And then from 4 to 6 is the James Crepia Show. More local sports talk here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Well, time to start the fourth quarter of action here between Roseburg and Bend. It'll be Bend with the basketball to start out the fourth period. A three by Cody Clausen to start it out, and it's off the mark. Pulled in on the tip drill by Jace Wilder to get the defensive board. Roseburg moving right to left on your radio dial. Going left to right is Bend. Bounce underneath. Danil Olsen out for Jace Wilder, a three. Too strong, back iron no good, but the rebound pulled down by Olsen. And Roseburg will get a second look. Williams out at the top, drives right side into the middle, and he gets the lay-in as he cuts through the defense. Boston Williams will put the first point to the fourth quarter on the board, 57-54. Roseburg down by 3, 7:15 and counting here in the fourth quarter. To the far side with it, Dornhecker looking underneath. Coming to get it at the top is Connor Johnson. Gets it back to Dornhecker around a screen, tries the three. That one rattles off the rim. First three attempt of the night for Dornhecker, no good. Driving left side, Fullerton out to Wilder. Wilder back to Fullerton. He launches a three. That's off the mark, no good. Hunter Fullerton, 1 for 7 from behind the arc in the game. Around the right side of the defense, a bucket and a foul for Cody Clausen. Big bucket there for Ben to keep it 2-possession game as they stretch it to 5, and now Clausen will have a chance to make it a 6-point game at the free throw line. 59-54. Roseburg, most they've given up in a game so far this season is 61. I got a feeling that might fall here today as the first free throw goes through for Clausen. Actually, the and one goes through for Clausen. Makes it 60-54. Roseburg has hit a season high for points with 54 in this one. 6:40 to go in the fourth quarter. 6.5. Ball stolen right out of the hands of Jace Wilder. Up the floor with it. Ben Cowan. Out to the right side. A three is good. Christopher Doak will hit the three. 63-54. It's a 9-point game once again for Bend. That matches their largest of the game. Stedman dribbles it right side, looking underneath, gets it to Olsen. Olsen out to the top. Wilder drives the free throw line, gets it to Fullerton, left side. Williams into the corner, back out to Olsen at the left wing. Going to try and split the defense, drives in, his runner is too short. Easy rebound down to the Lava Bears, one-handed pass up the floor by Doak. Out to the top, Dornhecker, a straightaway three, rattles off, and the rebound down to Wilder. And then on the outlet, it's stolen by Cohen, and he lays it in as he makes the adjustment in the air around the defense. And it's an 11-point game. Bend really going on a run to pull ahead. 5.5 to play and a timeout taken by the Tribe. There'll be just one more left for Roseburg after this timeout. They trail 65-54. Bend finishing strong on their trip across the Cascades here to the Willamette Valley. Actually, we're in the Umpqua Valley here in Southern Oregon. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second break with 5.5 to play here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Out of the Roseburg timeout, it will be Roseburg basketball. They trail by 11, 65-54. Williams will inbound to Stedman in the backcourt as he brings it across the timeline. Micah Mendoza, Stedman, Olsen, Friedenberg, and Williams on the floor for the Tribe. Olsen, bounce underneath. He saw Friedenberg open for a moment. The pass attempt, though, picked off by the Lava Bears, and they will keep it after nearly taken away by Roseburg. Driving in, Cohen to the middle of the lane. His runner no good. Olsen down with the rebound. The ball kicked up the floor. Friedenberg tried to save it back inbounds, but he could not stay inbound himself. And it'll go back to the Lava Bears. Again, an 11-point lead near the midway point here in the fourth quarter. Doak brings it across the timeline. Gets it to Shields. He drives to the right side of the rim. and lays it off the glass for 2. And Ben just picking up some easy points here, up by 13 now. Mendoza gets it right side. He'll drive baseline. He got free, lays it in with the left hand. Micah Mendoza gets his 17th point of the ball game. And in the backcourt, that ball tipped out of the hands of Christopher Toke and back to Roseburg. They trail 67-56 by 11. Substitutions coming in. They've given the ball to Vredenberg, but substitutions still happening here. A little bit of confusion here. Coming into the game will be Baker and Lopez. Shields will check out, so does Connor Johnson. 11-point game, 4.5 to play in the ball game. Vredenberg's got to get it in. That ball tipped out of bounds by Clausen on the inbound pass. Vredenberg, the sophomore, get it into Stedman. Dribbles it out to the top between the circles. Left side, Mendoza. Crossover. Playing with 3 fouls. Mendoza pass it into the corner. Williams in the corner, out to the top. Lofts it out there for Mendoza. He tries to attack. It's in the middle. Has his shot blocked, but the foul after it's all said and done. It was Cody Clausen, got the basketball, but his momentum carries him right into the body of Micah Mendoza, who will head to the free throw line. Mendoza has now surpassed his season high with 17 points in the game. He is Roseburg's leading scorer. His first free throw is good. 10-point game. Today's contest sponsored by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Second free throw good. Down to a 9-point game. Roseburg, full court press. Clausen in the backcourt, working against Stedman. To his right hand, sprints up the floor, into the corner. It's Cohen for a 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound tipped, and it stays with the Lava Bears. They find the open man underneath, miss again, and the third try is good. It's Lopez with the bucket. And on the push up the floor, tipped out of bounds. It stays with Roseburg. (69-58). And the inbound pass just, I don't know if that was tipped or if just the wrong direction, but it goes right to Bend. Driving baseline, Clausen gets airborne, kicks it out from underneath the hoop, and it's a 3 for Austin Baker. And this one's starting to pull away from Roseburg. 72-58, 3.5 to play. Williams in the corner. Keegan Cleary has come into the game. His pass left side nearly stolen. Mendoza gets it to Stedman in the corner. His 3 is off the mark. Rebound pulled down by Bend, up the floor with it. Driving, baseline jumper, Lopez. He can't get it to fall. Rebound ripped down by Mendoza. He'll push it up the floor, goes right to the rim. Not enough contact for a whistle. He misses the shot, pushing it up the floor. Lopez with the finger roll. It rattles through. 74-58. Under 3 to play in the ball game. Bend exploding for a big lead here in the fourth quarter. Mendoza around the screen, sets up for the 3. That one glancing off the rim, no good. And Bend will get the miss. Clausen brings it up the floor. He'll get Stedman jumping at the basketball, goes left side, hands it right off to Lopez. He misses the 8-footer from the baseline. And on the outlet, trying to get the rebound, on the long rebound out, Clausen draws a foul. Chase Wilder will come in for Keegan Cleary. That foul goes against Carter Stedman, his first. 5 team fouls for both sides. Inbound from the baseline, out to the top. Cowan with it. Dribbles left side. Into the corner, Clausen, the 3. Buries it. This Bend team can shoot from long range, that's for sure. They lead 77-58. Driving right in, a bucket and a foul for Micah Mendoza. Mendoza will head to the line as he gets it to count. And they call that foul against Austin Baker. Baker picks up his 4th. 6 fouls against Bend. 2:15 to play, 17-point game. Free throw was good. Back down to a 16-point game. In the corner, holding. Ben Cowan will drive baseline, got bumped, and it is not a shooting foul. 6 fouls apiece for both teams. Danil Olson's going to check in. Hunter Fullerton will also come into the game. Vredenberg comes out, so does Williams.
Olson into the Indian lineup.
2:08 to play in the ball game. Clausen lobs it out to the top for Baker and then gets it handed right back to him. He'll dribble left side, working around Stedman, dumps it into the middle, trailing to the basket, and a travel called against Lopez. Lost his footing and started shuffling backwards into the defender and gets called for the turnover. Under 2 minutes to play. Stedman into the half court. To the right side. Fullerton over the top of the defense to Olson underneath. Puts up a shot. That one rims off, and now a foul called. On the rebound attempt, Olson drawing the foul there, and that should put Ben over the limit. And Roseburg will be into the bonus.
His 5th foul.
That is the 5th foul against Austin Baker, who will foul out of the game here tonight. And while they figure out who they're going to bring in for that, Roseburg's going to huddle real quick. So Austin Baker checks out. 1:46 to go. Tonight's game has been sponsored by B&D Meats. Whether it's for one or for many, B&D Meats in Winston has you covered. And by Tim's Appliance and Mattress at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. Danil Olson hits the first. We'll get a second look on the 1-and-1. 15-point game. Tonight's game also has been sponsored by Roseburg Honda. Roseburg Honda, they treat you like family because they are family. 2 free throws go through for Olson, 77-63. Left side with it, Clausen gets into the middle, tosses it back out to the top. A 3-ball is good for Christopher Doak, who hits his 4th. 80 points in the ball game for Ben. Their season high is 85. Toss out to Fullerton. Jab step goes right out to the top. Wilder going to try to drive right side of the lane. Back out. Fullerton a 3. Misses short. Just grazing the iron there for Fullerton on that 3-ball attempt. Up the floor into Mendoza. A whistle. And a foul called. Going right into the body there was Colby Shields, drawing the foul from Micah Mendoza. That'll be Mendoza picking up his 4th, I believe. No, they give it to Danil Olson, who picks up his 4th. Shields, first one rims out. Today's game also sponsored by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. 672-5701. Second one is good. 81-63. And on the right baseline, driving in a contested shot, awkward, wild shot for Olson, but he does get it to fall. 81-65, 51 seconds to go. Ben is going to get the head home on the long trip back over the passes with a victory. Around the screen, Clausen gets one hand, nifty move by Cody Clausen for 2. 83-65 on the other side, trying to answer. Micah Mendoza almost got it to fall, but it did not. Pressure in the backcourt by Roseburg. Clausen will not get across the timeline in time before a timeout called by his head coach. 83-65. Right now in front is Bend. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For more local sports coverage, CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Fourth quarter winding down, 23 seconds to play. Roseburg trailing 83-65 against the visiting Bend Lava Bears. They have it out of their timeout. In the backcourt, fighting through defensive pressure. Shields gets it up to Cohen, who will dribble it up the far side. Out to the top, he gets it to Doak. Doak going to hand it off to Clausen. Roseburg playing some tight D, going to get whistled. It's Carter Stedman.
Roseburg foul number 3, Carter Stedman.
And both teams are over the limit. So it'll be a bonus 1-1 here for Cody Clausen. 9.3 seconds to play. Today's game has also been sponsored by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. That is Fisher's Hearth and Home. Clausen will get a second one after making the first. Today's game also brought to you by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. Second one didn't fall through. Fullerton gets a rebound up the floor to Olsen, who will launch a three. Too strong. Down with the rebound is Ben, and they will wear out the clock there. Final score, 84-65. And we'll come back with the post-game show after this 2-minute break. Ben heading home a winner on top of Roseburg on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
I'm Amelia Snow. I work in the intensive care unit at Mercy Medical Center in Roseburg. I have seen the terrible damage COVID has done to my patients and their families. Without a vaccine, people...
Back here at Roseburg High School, where tonight the Bend Lava Bears come away with a win on top of Roseburg. Final score, 84-65. Joey Keyran here with you. We need to get in a quick legal ID, so let's go ahead and do that. This is Roseburg basketball on the Score. Well, Roseburg will fall for a third consecutive time. They go to 1-4 on the season. And for Bend, they snap a one-game losing streak. They go to 4-1 on the year. They were lights out from behind the arc, including hitting 4 3-pointers in the fourth quarter alone. 3, 6, 8, 12 3-pointers made in this one by Bend. On the other side for Roseburg, they attempted a lot. They tried to keep up with Bend from behind the arc. And Roseburg doesn't hit a 3-pointer in the second half. They hit 1 3-pointer in the second half, and they finish out with 5 3-pointers made in this one. And that probably your difference there has been really hot from behind the arc, and Roseburg couldn't keep them cooled down from back there. So, tough one there for Roseburg as they fall 84-65. In the first half, Roseburg did jump out to a 9-point lead in the first quarter, 11-2. That'd be their largest lead of the game, but Bend would start fighting their way back. At the halftime break, it was 43-41, a 2-point margin in favor of Roseburg. But Roseburg outscored 14-11 in the third quarter, and then Bend exploding for 27 points in the fourth quarter as they would pull away for the 19-point victory. That was their largest lead of the game. Taking a look at scores from the Bend side, they had 4 players in double figures. Leading the way, Cody Clausen, a big second half, has 16 points in the second half, finishes with 21. Behind him with 15 points, Ben Cohen. 14 points for Christopher Doak off the bench, and 11 points for Christian Lopez. 9 points of the game for Austin Baker before he fouls out. Colby Shields with 8. Then you had 4 points in the game for Connor Johnson and 2 points for Caden Dornhecker. On the other side for Roseburg, a season-high 21 points for Micah Mendoza. He finishes with the 21 to match the 21 from Cody Clausen. 17 points, a season-high for Danil Olson, as they have back-to-back really big games. Yesterday, the leading scorers for Roseburg against Mountain View were Micah Mendoza and Danil Olson with 15 and 13 points, respectively. They lead the way again here today. Behind them, though, kind of tough sledding. Quiet days for Colton Marshers and Carter Stedman. Marshers finishes with 5. Stedman was held scoreless. 5 points for Ben Pike. 2 points for Jace Wilder. 3 points for Hunter Fullerton. And 2 points for Asher Vredenberg. And that is your scores in the game for the Tribe. So Roseburg goes to 1-3 on the season, and Ben goes to 4-1. I said Roseburg goes to 1-4, I should say. Today's game has been sponsored by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. By DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop, and by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Well, it's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for this one. And tonight, your player of the game is going to be Danil Olson. Olson doing a nice job both offensively and defensively. Did a nice job on the boards, trying to clean up there. And I thought he looked really good out there. He's your second leading scorer in the game. Micah Mendoza had a nice game as well for Roseburg, but I'm going to pick Danil Olson as your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Mountain Mike's donating a $50 gift certificate to the Player of the Game award. So congratulations to Danil Olson. That's Mountain Mike's off of West Harvard Avenue by the 124 interchange with Interstate 5, and just a hop, skip, and a jump away from here at Roseburg High School. Final score again is 84-65. Bend winning this one. For Roseburg, their next game is going to be at McNary coming up on Tuesday next week. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off for that one. We'll have coverage of that game for you starting at 6:45 right here on The Score and on our video player at 541radio.com. For the Ben Lava Bears, their next game is a week from yesterday. They'll be at home hosting Grants Pass. That's going to do it for us here tonight, folks, from Roseburg High School, where the Ben Lava Bears will pick up the big win. Thanks so much for them making the trek over here from Central Oregon over the mountain passes. Safe travels on their way home. On the other side, I want to say thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg boys basketball on The Score. I want to say thanks to Craig Ortega back in the studio for the radio production here today. Thanks to Brenton Cranford for helping with the video production here on site. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for today's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday next week when the Roseburg Indians visit the McNary Celtics, as we'll have coverage of that non-conference game from Salem. It starts at 7 o'clock, pregame at 6:45. Catch the action right here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.